We helped Semrush build an AI automation that spots trending topics before their competitors, and this resulted in content performing 1.9x above baseline and added a measurable lift to new monthly recurring revenue. In this video, I'm going to show you the challenge that Semrush came to us with, the step-by-step process that we implemented to help solve it, and then the results that we've seen since implementing this system. But first, let me introduce you to Semrush. They have a comprehensive online visibility management platform. This is used by over 10 million marketers worldwide and has a suite of over 55 tools that covers everything from SEO and competitive intelligence to competitive research, PPC, social media management, and market intelligence. They're a publicly traded, well-known name in the MarTech landscape, and Adobe just announced that they'll be acquiring them for $1.9 billion in Q1 of 2026. So, as you might imagine, the team there is very focused on staying ahead of the curve and maintaining their position as a market leader. But Semrush doesn't just build tools. They also run a massive owned media division that includes properties like Search Engine Journal, Backlinko, and Traffic Think Tank. Semrush came to us with a challenge. They wanted to be able to identify trending topics among their target audience of marketers and quickly develop marketing messaging that would align these trending topics with their product offerings, getting it done faster than the competition and executing across multiple channels. They needed a system that could help them achieve this consistently. If you think about it, in the world of marketing, trends move rather fast. So by the time most companies notice a trend, write about it, push it out, the moment has often passed and they seem like a follower rather than a thought leader. Semrush wanted to be one of the ones setting the conversation, not following it. But doing this manually, constantly monitoring conversations, analyzing data, and connecting trends to product messaging, and then distributing that content across channels would require an enormous team. It would involve massive labor costs. They just needed a better solution to handle at least the strategy side of this process. And that's where we came in. I want to walk you through the solution we built for them. And it's important to understand that this work happened in 3 distinct stages. The first stage was actually building the process. So we needed to figure out, how do we even go about doing this? And we built a process to uncover what marketers are actually talking about, analyze that data for themes, measure how prevalent those themes were amongst, the corpus of conversation we had gathered, and then determine whether and how Semrush could message around these trends. That meant we needed to identify which communities were actually relevant to monitor and actually had activity amongst their ideal customer profile. We needed to figure out how to actually scrape all the data that we needed. We needed to figure out how to split that data into chunks so that we could feed it to an LLM for analysis, and how to get all the prompting right so that it would actually do what we wanted. We also needed to figure out how to pull additional data from Exploding Topics, which is actually a Semrush product that tracks trends data, and we were able to add further credibility to the trends we identified using that data. So we were essentially creating the process while simultaneously working on our first trends report. And then once everything was finalized, we were able to complete that first trends report, which looks something like this. But here's the thing. Creating one report manually is one thing. Being able to execute this process consistently, week after week, the way Semrush needed, without burning a massive amount of budget on labor costs, is an entirely different challenge. And that's when we moved to phase 2, which is building the AI automation. We set to work building an AI-driven system that could make this entire process repeatable. We needed to get this done every single week without incurring insane labor costs. And we needed to take this manual process we just created and automate as much of it as humanly possible. So what resulted was a fairly complex AI orchestration project. We built this in N8N, an AI orchestration platform, and it went through several iterations. In the latest version, after several intermediary versions, it only requires a single user input, and then the automation will scrape the latest posts across the communities we've identified on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Reddit, and this is based off a pre-vetted list of industry leaders and the relevant communities that we care about monitoring. It will score all of the social posts based off the social interaction signals, so the likes, the upvotes, the bookmarks, the replies, things like that. It will then identify trending topics within this corpus of conversational data that we've scraped. It will distill that data down. So once we've identified the trends, we distill it down to only the top 10 trends each week. We then tag out each individual post with the relevant trending topic if there is one, and assign it a confidence score. We then feed all those tag posts into an AI-powered trend report generator, and then using that trends report along along with very detailed product, company, and ICP documentation, we're able to produce marketing messaging briefs that align Semrush products with these emerging trends. So these reports run automatically each week. They get routed into their internal project management system and then are manually QA'd by the internal team before being pushed to the channel owners in charge of each marketing channel. This system allows Semrush to be nimble. They can identify rising trends faster than the competition, stake a claim, and then produce in-depth thought leadership content that ranks before a topic reaches critical mass, before everyone else is competing for it too. And that strengthens their position as a marketing leader in the space. So with these steady stream of trends reports coming in, we went ahead and moved on to stage 3, which is producing trend-aligned content across channels. Here's the thing. You can know what the topics are that are bubbling up amongst your target market, but just knowing that isn't enough to be a thought leader. You need to show up with strong, consistent messaging that addresses those themes and do it across channels so that you seem ubiquitous as well as seeming informed. Semrush already had a great team that was working on really in-depth, long-form thought leadership content, something we normally help clients with. They've already got great blog posts across Semrush, Backlinko, Search Engine Journal, and other properties, but they lack the same level of nimble distribution across other platforms that matter for their audience. So they recruited our team to help create on-message distribution content across channels. So in addition to the long-form content their internal team was already creating around these trends, we needed to produce, say, social content as well that was also trend-aligned, on-brand, timely, etc. And so this included social assets across LinkedIn and Instagram. These are things like short-form video, audiograms, carousels, polls, text posts, and more. All of this is trend-aligned and typically promoting specific actionable use cases where their target audience could actually leverage Semrush products to get something done. And we're showing them how to do it. It's really value-packed content. Some examples of social creative we created for them includes this carousel and this short-form video. We've also been driving additional brand awareness across Reddit and Quora to increase their AI visibility. And Semrush's own studies have shown how powerful citations across these platforms are for AI search. So what were the results from this system? Well, first off, the automation we built for them became so valuable that Semrush is now selling a version of it, plus an implementation workshop for $99.7 a pop. If you think about that, the system we built for them became a product that they're literally able to sell to a subset of their customers. I think that's pretty cool. Now, the content part is just starting to roll out, but the early results are promising. So far, content driven from this new approach is seeing average traffic 1.9x above baseline. Reposts are up 15%, and new MRR is up as well. I can't publicly disclose by how much, but it's measurable growth. And we've also secured 89 positive brand mentions on Reddit in just the first month and a half. But beyond the numbers, what we've really built for Semrush is a competitive advantage. They can now spot trends before their competitors do, develop messaging around these trends faster, and push that messaging out across multiple channels, including LinkedIn, Instagram, Reddit, and Quora, while the topic is still hot. Here's what Nick Eubanks, their VP of Owned Media, had to say about working with us. The golden thread AI automation the conversion media team built for us is incredibly impressive. Few teams have the capability to build production-ready AI systems that actually work for content marketing applications, but they have the chops to pull it off. And the early results from the new content they're producing for us are promising. Highly recommended. So that's how we help Semrush build an AI automation that spots trending topics before their competitors, resulting in content performing 1.9x above baseline and adding measurable increases to new monthly recurring revenue. Besides Semrush, we've also helped companies like Criterion, which is HR software, achieve 30x growth in organic traffic, going from under 1,000 to 30,000 visitors per month, with organic search becoming their #1 lead generation channel, helping to set the stage for their acquisition by Sage in October of 2025. We also helped Upflow, which is a fintech SaaS, see 274% increase in organic traffic in just 9 months and generating 740 demo requests directly from organic traffic during our campaign. We helped OnePlan, which is event planning software, achieve a 55.49% increase in organic traffic with consistent delivery of quality referring domains and technical SEO improvements, including a successful site migration. Now, if you're a B2B SaaS company doing between 5 and 50 million in ARR and you want similar results, the first step is figuring out where your organic growth is currently breaking down. That's why we're offering a free distributed demand blueprint. Here's what you get. You'll get a high-level opportunity analysis showing your biggest growth opportunities. You'll get an LLM visibility snapshot showing how you're competing across ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, and Google's AI overviews, so you can see exactly where your competitors are winning out and what you need to do to change that. You'll get an SEO audit with prioritized fixes that will actually help you move the needle on growing your organic traffic. You'll get a competitor content gap analysis showing the high value topics where you are not competing, where you're invisible, but your competition isn't, and where you need to fill those gaps. You'll get a CRO audit, which identifies the conversion bottlenecks that are costing you demos or trials right now, and a strategic roadmap for scaling your content across new channels. We'll walk you through all of this on a live call, plus give you a detailed PDF of everything so you can share it with your team and start implementing right away. So you'll walk away knowing exactly where you're stuck, what you're missing, and the specific fixes that will get you the results fastest. Whether you choose to work with us to implement it or not, you'll have a concrete plan to double your book demos from organic traffic in the next few months. So click the link down below in the description to claim your free blueprint. This is, again, completely free, no strings attached, no obligation. I'll see you there.